Hello, my name is Sierra Milliman, and this is my Module 12 reflection over Internet safety. All right, to begin, why is Internet safety so important to teach as your role as an educator? Well, mainly because you are an educator. Your kids look up to you. They view you as a role model. They view you as somebody who should know everything. And I feel like having that power and having that responsibility of being such an important person in this kid's life, you really have a way of being able to explain the importance of internet safety and be able to teach it in a way that they will understand and take to heart more so, because being honest, every single kid, when they're getting to that age where they're actually starting to use the internet more and they're starting to need the internet safety more, usually probably like middle school, maybe the end of elementary school, they're getting to the point where it's like, I'm sorry, but mom and dad don't know anything about this, and I'm the one who is important, and I'm the one who knows technology, and mom and dad don't, so they obviously don't know internet safety. Whereas as an educator, you may have a little bit more room to be like, okay, no, this really is important, and they might actually listen to you more so than they would their own parents, since they're getting at that rebellious teenage phase during that time. Another reason that it's so important is because teaching, we are on technology all the time. And throughout teaching, you send your kids on the internet. I know nowadays, pretty much in the school district that we live in, every single elementary kid has an iPad, pretty much. For sure, if you are in third grade or above, they have their own specifically assigned iPads. And then the younger kids have a classroom set where it's usually 5-ish iPads per classroom, and the teachers can do centers through them. And then I know in middle school they are assigned laptops. Excuse me. And then in high school they are also assigned laptops. So it's really important because we have all this technology and all this internet around us, and they can get a hold of any and everything. And it is so easy for them to get a hold of anything and everything nowadays. It is terrifying how easy it is to be able to look up stuff they shouldn't, for them to be able to use that technology and that internet to bully somebody else, or to, there's just a variety of different things that are able to happen nowadays, and it's almost shocking of what kids are coming up with and the different things that we have to teach them and explain that needs to not happen, or that's not okay, or just internet safety in general. It's expanding like greatly. So internet safety in the classroom. I know the videos looked really good for the elementary school kids. I didn't look much at the high school level, but the pamphlets and that kind of stuff looked really informative. I know there was one lesson that we were taught in middle school, so this was a long while ago, and back when Facebook was first starting to become a popular thing. And it was during the summer, my school counselor made a fake profile on Facebook. And the first day of school, she invited everybody into the auditorium, and she actually sat down and was like, so this is now my profile, and I have mutual friends with I think there was like 80 kids who had friended this kid, and it was a fake profile. So she explained, you guys had no idea who this kid was. You had no idea for if he was real or not. They just trusted the profile picture, and it said that he had just moved to our town, and she made sure that it was this really, really cute boy, apparently, too, if I remember right. So she had several girls accepting the friend request, and I know that that lesson really stuck with me because it opened my eyes to, wow, it is so easy for someone to make a fake profile and you not even realize it. And so I think a lesson like that would be really awesome for the kids. And then the NetSmart website, the NetSmart's website was great. I loved all the information they had. I especially liked the videos, and the training program I couldn't get to work for me. I would click on it and then it would just take me to the website, and I couldn't find the actual training program. So that was kind of disappointing because I was hoping to be able to complete that, but it would not show whenever I clicked the link to go to it, and I couldn't seem to find it on the website anywhere. Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough, but I couldn't find it. And then the main points in the safety article. Mainly what I got from that was how many different ways we need to teach our kids about internet safety. There's cyberbullying, there is sexual harassment, there is falsifying information, there is they have to be able to tell, like, all right, which one's a lie, which one's the truth, take things by the grain of salt. There's just a variety of things that you have to teach these kids, and it's crazy of how even from when I was in middle school and internet was starting to become really popular and I was starting to learn internet safety and cyberbullying and all that stuff, till now, it is insane of how much is expanded. And a lot of that I found interesting was that kids aren't telling their parents what's going on. And I know we actually ran into this problem with my boyfriend's little sister. She was actually getting sexually harassed, and some boy who was actually in her grade was asking for pictures that were inappropriate from her and everything else, but she did not want her parents knowing. And so us coming from the older sibling, and so we're being protective, and we're like, no, that can't happen. But we also didn't want to lose her trust in us and being able to tell us things. And so that was kind of one of those things where we were stuck between a rock and a hard place of trying to figure out what was the right thing to do, which eventually we actually really quickly after we found out, we told my boyfriend's father. But yeah, she was being sexually harassed, and we learned it from my boyfriend's other brother, because she had actually told the other brother, and then he told us. But she did not want anybody finding out, and it seemed very hard for her, and I can't even imagine what she was going through at that time. And then his brother actually had cyberbullying happen, and he was getting, because he has just now gotten his license, and he was getting harassed online about, oh, well, you got pulled over, and they were coming up with this big rumor and trying to get him in trouble, and he brushes things off pretty easily, but it was still bugging him to where he actually mentioned it to us. So it's just so easy for things to happen on the internet. And it's not only the internet safety of the kids have to be responsible of what they look up, and they have to be responsible to make sure that they are using the internet correctly, but along the lines of they have to be able to tell somebody if something does happen. They have to be willing to inform somebody, whether it be an older sibling or a parent or a teacher or anybody. They need to know that that is okay, that they can tell somebody without getting in trouble. But I believe that pretty much sums up my Module 12 reflection. So thank you.